Hi, I'm Diana. This video is a little different from what I usually do. So I want you to get to know me better. I will tell you my whole story of how I started my small online business from home, and the story might surprise you. And then how I found Amazon FBA and how I started selling there. I will also tell you what problems I encountered and what lessons I learned from starting my small business from home, and then what lessons I learned from starting on selling on Amazon. So let's get started and I will tell you everything. 5 years ago, in October 2020, I started my fashion brand. I started selling handmade dresses for little girls. They were made from beautiful floral Liberty of London cotton fabrics. And the brand is called Diana Louise. So here you can see my Instagram, and also I will show you here my website. So why I started a fashion brand? So sewing was a passion for me. I was sewing dresses for myself, and then also my friends had daughters, and they asked me if I could sew a dress for their daughters. So I started sewing dresses for their daughters, and they loved the dresses, so I thought maybe I can start selling them on Instagram, and I set up an Instagram account. So at the beginning, it was a very basic account, like I just took photos of the dresses on a mannequin that I have sewn. They were not made from Liberty of London fabrics at the beginning, they were made just from normal cotton, floral cotton fabrics. And if you don't know, Liberty of London is a well-known British company that started in, I think, 1871. And it's well known for its flowy and really lightweight cotton. So when you touch this cotton, it feels like satin. It's that thin and that lightweight. So it's actually perfect for children's dresses because children like to move a lot and they like to feel the dresses as lightweight. So the first reason I started a fashion brand was a passion for sewing. And the second reason was that I wanted to prove myself. I wanted to prove to myself that I can create something on my own and then start selling it online and that someone will buy it. So at the beginning, I did everything on my own. I was cutting fabrics, I was sewing the dresses, I was preparing patterns, sewing patterns for them. I was taking photos and also doing Instagram and also packing orders, so everything I did on my own. But actually, in my opinion, that's the best way to start when you first need to test the market. Because first, you don't know if your products will sell, if someone will buy it, right? So you need to first test the market, and by doing it all by yourself in small quantities, you can be sure that you can test if someone buys it. If not, you can move to the next thing. But if someone buys it, then you can start outsourcing some tasks so that you have more time to grow your sales and not focus too much on operations. Okay, that's very important. So I got the first sales from Middle East, mainly from UAE, from Kuwait, from Qatar, and I focus on the market there. I started outsourcing some tasks, like I hired a seamstress here in Europe who sewn the dresses for me. I still cut the fabric myself, but I have shipped the fabric pieces to her and she sewn the dresses. And the dresses were made to order. So when someone chose a dress, my seamstress had 2 weeks to sew them and then I had a few days to ship it. So dresses were made to order at the beginning. I outsourced also pattern making to a lovely woman on Upwork, and then I also outsourced the photo shoots. So I traveled to London, to Barcelona to do the photo shoots, and I hired a photographer there and an assistant there, and they helped me with organizing this whole photo shoot. I still was present there because I wanted to choose the models. I wanted to be sure that they wear the right accessories so they match the dresses. And I just wanted to be there to make sure that the photo shoot will be to my liking and will be according to my brand. So I encountered some problems. First problem was that I had a lot of sales during Ramadan and Eid, so during the festive periods. And then during the year, the sales were not constant. So I wanted to have like constant number of sales throughout like every month. So like, for example, 30 sales per month or 20 sales per month, right? But majority of sales were in those festive days during Ramadan and Eid. That was a problem for me because I wanted to have like a constant flow of money and not only on the festive days. What I did to try to change it. I hired a consultant, a fashion consultant on Upwork, and she advised me first to maybe start selling to the United States and also then to increase the prices because my profit margin was too low, and with that profit margin I couldn't write to children's boutiques in the United States. And if I wanted to grow according to her, I should have started selling more wholesale, so selling more quantities to the boutiques. So at first I increased the prices, but I increased them too much, and then I lowered them a little and I tested different price points. Then I found that this one price point sells the best, so I stuck with it. I had my profit margin, which was very good. So lesson for you, test different prices for your products. Also, don't price them too low, because if you are making handmade items, you need to account for first the time that you are making them, then also the cost of the raw materials, then also the cost of packaging, maybe the cost of shipping if you offer free shipping, the cost of marketing, the photo shoots. So everything needs to be accounted for, okay? Otherwise, you will have the prices that are too low and you won't make enough profit. So that's a very important lesson if you want to start a small business from home. So selling to boutiques was a good idea, but I should have stayed in Middle East and not expand in the United States so fast. I also had difficulty in targeting high-end boutiques in the United States. I should have hired a sales manager to contact them, because it's a whole different story to sell wholesale and then to sell direct to customers. Okay, when you sell wholesale, stores are looking for a specific pieces. For example, they expect collections first made 1 year in advance, and then they expect certain quantities. So I couldn't just send them 10 pieces, they would expect 50 pieces, and to make that I would need actually to start mass producing the dresses and not hiring one seamstress. So to start wholesale, I first had to prepare the catalog, then I had to sew more dresses in advance, and then start writing to boutiques. But I wasn't that good in writing to them. I should have hired someone who knows how to contact them and how to convince them to buy, because it's a very specific task to start selling wholesale to boutiques. The consultant also advised me to make dresses ready-made. I made dresses to order, as I told you. Clients waited like 2 weeks for my dresses. In the fast-moving world, clients just will choose brands that they won't have to wait the 2 weeks, right? So they will buy from someone else who ships faster. So I prepared a bunch of dresses which were ready-made. So when client buys it, I just ship it in 2 days. That, in my opinion, that change helped a little, right? It helped a little having the more sales during the other months, not only during the festive months, but it wasn't enough. Also tried hiring a marketing agency to have constant sales throughout the year. So I hoped that they will do the marketing so that I have more sales during the whole year. I paid them a lot and they did nothing. Basically, the ads that I was doing on Facebook did better than the ads that they were doing. So I had really bad experience with marketing agencies. And lesson for you, if you try a marketing agency, try them for just 1 month and see if they have results. Because if they are as good as they say, after 1 month they should give you the results. You should see the results. Don't wait 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, right? Because it's just wasting your money. Another lesson, try learning how to do Facebook ads and Instagram ads first on your own, because then you will know if the agency does a good job or not. I had great success on Instagram. I had grown my account from 0 to 27,000 followers. I did everything on my own. I did reels every day. I tested different hooks, I tested different videos, and I was doing stories every day. Then I knew what worked, so I used the hooks, the categories of hooks that worked for me. I used them throughout the whole year. I focused then on those hooks that worked for me. Then I transitioned to doing reels just 3 times a week, and I didn't see any drop in the followers or in engagement, so I stuck with doing reels 3 times a week. And a couple of my reels went viral, so that also contributed to the amount of followers I had. So I finally got the hang of it. I finally got the hang of how Instagram works. And I must say I am really proud of that, because it's not an easy thing at the beginning. And now when I'm doing another accounts for my other businesses, I know how to do it. So I learned a lot doing Instagram for my fashion brand. So I was still doing a lot on my own. Although my seamstress was sewing the dresses, although I had the pattern maker, although I had someone who did the photo shoots, I had to travel also to the photo shoots on my own. I did marketing on my own because I didn't trust the marketing agencies. So I still was doing a lot on my own. And I was to become a mother. I got pregnant and I was to become a mother to my beautiful baby boy. And at that time, when my baby was born, I was staying till 2 a.m. to finish packing the orders, to design new collections, to do Instagram reels. I had to choose, keep staying in this battle and keep trying and sacrificing my health, staying up late, sacrificing my health and my time with my baby, or switch for something that doesn't require that much time from me and still makes me good sales and good money. So that's when I started getting interested in Amazon FBA. I started experimenting with selling on Amazon. Didn't say goodbye to my years of my hard work of creating my fashion brand, Diana Louise. It still exists and I want to go back to my brand in 2 years. And now I know what I will do to make it even bigger, because I learned from my mistakes and I know what I can do to take it to the next level. So now I will tell you what I learned from starting my small fashion brand and what you can learn from me. So the first thing is to test the market. So start small and try testing the market first. Start selling small amounts and see if someone buys it. If you're doing the products on your own, if you're making them handmade, start your Instagram account, your TikTok, your maybe Etsy shop, and see if someone buys your products. If someone will buy, then this is a proof that your product can be successful. if you put the hard work. The next lesson, outsource tasks. So when you see that the market responds by buying products from you, start outsourcing the tasks that take you a lot of time. So for example, you can outsource like sewing, like I did, or you can outsource maybe social media, or you can outsource packaging to someone, or you can hire a personal assistant on Upwork to help you with customer service. So outsource tasks that take you a lot of time and focus on just making sales. Another lesson, test different prices and don't offer too low prices. You need to have a healthy profit margin to grow your business. And don't sell to people who say that your products have too high prices. It just means that your product is not for them, because there are people who have money and there are people who can buy your products even if you have higher prices. So don't lower your prices just because someone on Instagram says that the prices are too high, okay? You need to have a healthy profit margin to be able to take money for yourself and also to grow your business. Try different markets. But if one market is doing great, stick to it. So think how you can sell more in that market. From my point of view, I should have stuck longer with Middle East, and I should have thought about more creative ways to sell there. Maybe I should have gone to trade shows there. Maybe hire consultants specific to that market, to Middle East market. So if one market doesn't work for you, try different things before moving to different markets. Next lesson, test marketing agency before committing. So don't prolong staying with them if you don't see results. The good marketing agency, if they say they are good, they should give you results after 1 month period, okay? Don't give them more money if you don't see the results. There is plenty of really bad marketing agencies out there. I'm sure there are some good ones, but it's very difficult to find them. There is money in wholesale. So I did some wholesale. I sold to boutiques, and I know it's a little easier than selling directly to customers. They just order from you, you ship the bulk amounts. You don't have to worry if those pieces will sell, because it's the problem of the person who buys from you. And you just make the product and ship it to the boutique. But at the same time, it's difficult to get the wholesale clients, so I would advise to hire some sales managers to do that for you, because they will know better how to do the job and how to convince the wholesale and how to convince the boutiques to buy from you. Also, if you are doing maybe handmade products, if you are thinking of starting a small business from home, first try to do the ready-made, okay? Because people want to have the items like in 2 to 3 days. They don't want to wait that long. So start ready-made sooner, and also in the few years think about mass production, because producing them on your own, the products is taking you a lot of time. So if you outsource the production to someone else, to a factory, to a manufacturer, it's a lot easier because you can just focus on getting sales. And the last point, the most important one, focus on getting sales. This is the most important. This is a life of your business. So focus on marketing and getting sales. So now let's continue my story with how I discovered and how I started selling on Amazon FBA. So I discovered Amazon around the time when my baby was born. I watched a lot of videos on YouTube. I learned how to sell on Amazon. At first, I just watched the videos. I didn't take any action. I just consumed the content. And then I made a choice to take action and to start looking for a product to sell on Amazon. But I was stuck in analysis paralysis. So I did product research for like half a year, And like, I am a little bit of a perfectionist, so I wanted the product to be perfect. I wanted the product to have the highest demand, the lowest competition, and also so that the product will sell the best. But your first product is there for you to learn from it. It's not going to make a lot of sales, but on the first product you will learn. And that's the most important thing. If you are stuck in analysis paralysis, you will never start. You will be stuck there for months. So that's a lesson number 1 for you. And don't prolong choosing the product. If you make a list of products and you do the product research, choose the best one and just go with it. Okay? You know that your first 2 products might fail, and they are there for you to learn, not to earn money from, but to learn. So that was my first mistake, analysis paralysis with Amazon. And then I also wanted, so then I found the product. Okay, I ordered it on Alibaba. This was a new product, and it was trending. Maybe you remember the push pop toys that you just push the plastic, the rubber, and from one side, and then you pop it from the other side. So this was my product, and I saw that it has really good profit margins. It was the beginning of the trend, so I was excited. I ordered a couple on Alibaba, and then by the time they were produced and by the time I shipped them to Amazon, I saw that the prices of those products were already dropping. So I was actually a little bit too late, and I was chasing the trendy products, which was a mistake. You never should chase what's trendy, because you might end up in a price war. The price of the product by the time that you ship it to Amazon might be already too low for you to make enough profit. So never chase the trendy products like I did with my second, and also choose the product with higher prices. I chose a product that was like $15, it's too low. Always choose a product above $20. So finally, my third product did very good, and I'm selling this product until today. And I then added 2 more products, and now I'm making $10,000 per month from selling on Amazon FBA, and I'm really glad that I started Amazon FBA. I'm super happy that I did, because it requires from me much less time. I can work just 5 hours per week. I can just monitor my pay-per-click campaigns, optimize them. I can just see if I have enough inventory or plan ordering more. And I can focus on my family and on my baby. So that's Amazon actually changed my life, and it changed it for the better. I have more time, I have more freedom, I have more money, I have time for my family. I don't have to stress about money, and I don't have to stress that I have to ship the orders, that I have to design dresses, that I have to create collections, or everything else that I was stressing about with my fashion brand. So that's why I started this channel. I create videos with tips on how to sell on Amazon and with step-by-step instructions. I also have a free video series for beginners on how to sell on Amazon. If you want that, just click in the link in the description. It's totally free, and it takes you step by step how to start selling on Amazon. So now I will share with you my early lessons that I learned from selling on Amazon. So I just told you about analysis paralysis. So don't get stuck in that. Choose a couple of products and then choose one and just go with it. The second thing, know that your first 2 products might fail. You just have to learn from them, and then your next products will be much, much better, because you will know more. The next lesson, have the discipline to learn every single day. I know that if you go to work, if you have a family, to take care of. You might not have that much time, but just 30 minutes a day is enough. And learn by taking action. So when I started, I watched the videos, but then after watching each video, I took the action. So I watched the video how to create the Amazon seller account, and then I created the Amazon seller account. I watched the video how to do product research, and then I did the product research. So apply the knowledge right away. Also, another thing, don't give up when problems appear. They will appear, as in every type of business, and you need to have the mindset to solve the problems as they appear. That's why on my channel I also have a few videos about the mindset, because in my opinion, mindset is even more important than how to sell on Amazon. Mindset, if you have the right mindset, you can overcome every struggle, every problem. If you don't have the right mindset, you will just give up and you will never reach what you want to reach. So mindset is key. Another thing, choosing the right product is key. So do your homework, choose the high demand, low competition products, avoid certain products, avoid certain niches. On my YouTube channel, I have videos for you on how to choose a product. I have a couple of videos on how to do product research and also the criteria to choose your first product. So I will link them in the description, watch that videos and choose the right product, because the right product is key and it will make your life much easier if you choose the right product. The lightweight one, so that doesn't cost a lot for shipping, not electronics because they tend to break a lot, not something which is made from glass because it tends to also break a lot, not supplements because it's a lot of liability as a beginner. So I have a couple of more criteria for you, so just go and watch that video. Next thing, learn Amazon pay-per-click ads and test different ads, test different type of ads, test different keywords. Amazon pay-per-click ads will help you get the sales faster, but also don't focus only on pay-per-click ads. If you have the time and the willingness, and you should have the willingness if you want to make it work, learn how to do Facebook ads, how to do Instagram ads, how to do TikTok ads, because that way you can also drive traffic from outside Amazon to Amazon, and Amazon will also reward you for it. They will also drop the referral fee for you if you drive traffic from outside Amazon to Amazon, but also you will get more sales and that way. Also, when you launch a product, try different ways of doing it. So for example, contact micro-influencers and have a list of micro-influencers for when you launch a product so that they share about your product on their accounts. And the last thing, outsource tasks as you become more successful to free up more of your time so you can have time more for traveling, for your family. So if you want to outsource, you can outsource things to a personal assistant. You can find easy ones that are really cheap on Upwork. You can outsource inventory management, so you don't have to stress about when to order inventory. So you don't go out of inventory, which is very bad on Amazon. Outsource maybe social media. So outsource everything that you can that takes you a lot of time. And I know that you can do it, because if I did it, then you can do it too. I started my small business from home. I learned from that business. Thanks to that business, I knew how to build Instagram accounts. I knew how to run a business, how to overcome the problems. So learn from the mistakes of others. Learn from my mistakes, learn from other people's mistakes, so you can make less mistakes. But also don't be afraid of making mistakes, okay? Entrepreneurship journey is up and down. It's not a straight way up. You will have the ups and downs, and you will just have to learn to overcome them. Mindset is very important. You need to be sure. You need to be certain that you reach your goals. Maybe have a vision board, like before your desk. Have a vision board of where you want to travel, of where you want to be in like 3, 4, 5 years, of what house you want to own, what car you want to drive. So have all this on the vision board, because this will motivate you in the hard times to move forward. Follow me for some mindset videos, for videos on how to sell on Amazon, and I will also share some more stories about my fashion brand if you want. Let me know in the comments if this video was interesting for you, if you liked hearing my story. Let me also know in the comments if I surprised you that I have a fashion brand. Also, if you want to start selling on Amazon, be sure to get my free video series on how to sell on Amazon for beginners. I have a link in the description. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for hearing out my story, and I hope I inspired you to start your own business and learn from my mistakes, learn from mistakes from others, and you will succeed. Thank you and have a great day. Bye.